Great. Right. 𝘭𝘪𝘢𝘵𝑚𝑎𝑠. Okay, okay. Good. Let's just loosen a bit. I'm just letting the feet on the ground. And then shifting front and back. And side to side. And rotate. And roll into a wave through the spine. And just let that wave kind of move freely in any direction. Right, and nice deep breath in, reaching up, and hinging down. Carrying up for the spine. Yeah, last one. And coming up to the knees, let's taking the spine, a bit of flexion, extension. Yeah, keep reaching the head up and down. And left and right. Ear to shoulder. And a little bit of weight with the hand. Gently kind of reaching to the ground with the other free hand. If it feels comfortable, just play with looking up, looking down, with the eyes, adjusting the head. And nice and slow, come back to the center. Very clear side. Just find that length through the neck, and then just think about gently reaching down with the fingers. And if it's comfortable, just play with a little bit of rotation up and down. Okay, just taking the hands palms onto the forehead. Think about pressing back and think about pressing into the hands a little bit. Try and feel it traveling through the back, into the feet. It's quite a strong push. Back. Try and settle into the ground. Just make a little bit of a fist at the top and just press into the underneath the chin. And pressing up, pressing down. Again, just feeling the neck kind of connecting into the back. And just sinking into that pressure. And then release it. Just take the hands across the back of the head. And a little bit of pressure in. A little bit of length of the spine and then really finding the ground. Quite a strong push in. And then just release that one, bringing the elbows together, chin to chest. Take a nice deep breath in as you come up. And think about spreading the elbows really far away. Again, trying to keep the spine lengthened. Try and avoid kind of bending the spine too much, curving the spine. And then release it down. And take a nice deep breath in again up. And just taking a little bit of back bend. And release it. Roll that shoulder a little bit. And start to roll through the elbows. And start to take into circles. Changing direction forwards, big circles. And rolling into the elbows. And just the shoulders. Right, reach it one side. Opening up. And to the other. And more time each side. And change. Again, and just twisting with the elbows. And come back to center, circle the hips. And change. And bring the feet together, bend in the knees. And hinge down and out. And lengthening back, pulling the toes up. And hinge down one more time. And lengthening back, pulling the toes up. And then settle the feet and circle nice and narrow, nice and small movements. And change. Good. Okay, just sinking the weight into one leg, pressing the other back, and settling the heel, the back foot. And if you feel like you've a bit more space in it, just lean the body forward a little bit, weight forward. You can also twist the body a little bit, just slightly shift the stretch. And then release it, finger off the floor, circle at the ankle. And change. Pressing out with the toes. And just think about just pressing out the edge of the foot, outside edge. Lifting down the whole leg. Great, shake it out. Press the heel down, reach the toes. And shift the weight of that foot, press the other one back. Press the heel back strongly. And then just start to play with shifting the weight, rotating a little bit if you like. Great. And bring the foot more. Circling the ankle up. And the other way. And pointing up. And just pressing out the outside edge of the foot, lengthening the leg. Great. Pressing the heel down, reaching the toes. Good, taking the legs out wide, sinking the hips down, loosen out a little bit. And then just bring in into like a prayer position. Press the elbows out a little bit, and press the legs in a little bit here. Just hold it. 7-8 seconds. And release it. Mobilize a little bit more. And then one more time, come into that prayer position. Pressing out, pressing in with the legs. And release it. Come back up and just working one side. And just taking it over to one side, a little bit of a bounce. Very simple. And shift. And bringing the toes up. And shifting over. Good. And if we're just shifting the knee down to the ground, just for the hip, just rocking up, rocking front and back through the hip. And hold it a little bit, bringing the toes up on the front leg. So inclining the body over the outstretched leg. And bring the leg forward, sinking forward into the hip. You're also doing yourself a little bit of pressure from the back. Twist into the hip a little bit. And bring that hand to the outside foot. And just reach up and away with the other hand. If it feels comfortable, you can now reach forward. You can also come into a little bit of a spiral back bend. And then release it. Take that outstretched hand, place that one down, and then just go with the other side. Okay. You can reach up with this one. It's a nice one to reach up. Or you can also go a little bit to the back, opening the hip up. You can go a little bit into a spiral. And then coming back, switch the leg over, and just rocking into it. And then bringing the toes up, lengthening forward over the leg. Shifting forward into the hip. Just have a little bit of pressure forwards. Bring the hands to the outside. Reach into it with the opposite hand. Reach kind of forward with it a little bit. Reach a little bit into a spiral. Whatever's comfortable. Release it, place the outstretched hand down, and reach away with the other. Great. Good. Coming back, just placing both hands down, and just roll out the shoulders a little bit. Keep the elbows straight. Lengthen arm. Roll the shoulders. And then this one's really for the wrist. Keep the elbows locked again and just play with rolling a circle through. And really spread the hands as wide as you can. And then changing the direction of the circle. And then just shifting the weight back into the hips. Press the fingertips so they're facing towards you. And then just play with pressing the palms down. Gently towards the ground. If it feels really comfortable, each time just shift a little bit more weight back to the hips. Rest it down just a few times. Raise them up. Raise the palms down. And then last one here, just play with like 90-degree turns of the hand. Coming in. And just rotate as far as you can with it. And then rotate back out as far as you can. About 90-degree twist each time. Find the kind of end range and then go to this side. And just notice if it's different on each side. Like a little bit more range on one side. And then just pressing down, press the hands down, find the toes, press up into the hands, bring the legs into a treading movement. Lengthen it up through the body. And walking the hands to the feet, taking into a forward fold. And nice and slowly coming up to standing. Right. Good. And just a little bit more for the rest. Just rolling them out. And change. Just take a little bit of the wrist back again. And change. And then onto the fingers, just with one going up and down. Yeah. And then back up. And then change to the side. And then back up. And then just for the thumbs, be careful bringing the thumb towards the forearm. And release it. Good. And then just a few nice, slow, big openings. Think about really opening from the center of the palm. Spreading right out the fingertips. And then a few a little bit faster. And then just play with as you do this, gradually bringing the arms close to the body. The arms are going to end up like a T-Rex position, basically close to the body like this. And just explore that position. A good one is imagine kind of tossing something down whilst keeping the arms down. So it's like that kind of motion. You're looking for that shape, like a kind of swan neck kind of movement. And you're doing it with the fingers stretched. And just play with kind of coming in and out of that position, but keep the fingers kind of pointing out. It's for the shift that it does on the forearm. Like that. If it feels really uncomfortable, just go a little bit further away from the body. And then one more we'll do is just like this, you go like inside with the palms out, and then go outside, and then you're going to curl the hands underneath, make a fist. Roll all the way and then open back out. So you're like inside, outside, curl underneath with a fist, and then open them back out. Spread in, out, roll under, open out. In, out, roll under, open out. Okay, and then shake them out a little bit. And to the arms, release them out. And the legs. Good, and into double body. And just allow the body to settle. Find the feet. You feel the top of the head and fingertips. Great. Okay, we'll continue with the jump we did yesterday. Okay, so we did a lot of ski yesterday, so we'll look at a little bit of ski, but we'll do something else. But we'll do also from a different position, just working from the first 𝘱𝗪𝘏, Joe in the left side, and the hand's going to reach down first, so reaching into the end, and your finish is like that basic ski pattern we were looking at yesterday. So left side to start, bring it in, and into the ski. And just the first, you just really think about coordinating everything together, so the whole body really moving together. Into the movement and out of it. Good. Okay, think a little bit like this with like finding an impulse. So if you think about the back foot's kind of the weight for the movement. So as I want to kind of move in, the weight needs to shift to that foot. So as you do that, think about kind of really kind of consciously sending an impulse down to the foot. And as you do that, think about this hand releasing. So the back hand with the foot. So think of as the back foot becomes heavy, the back hand also becomes light. Okay, so just going to kind of mobilize the back arm. So just play this like really little bit of an impulse down, and then freeze that hand to kind of go into movement. The main thing I want to avoid this is the hand going into tension as I go into the movement. It's going to really slow everything down and cramp the body. So just play with kind of sending an impulse down and then releasing that arm. Really allow the back shoulder to release. Really what we were looking at yesterday, that sense of being able to just do that, but you're doing it now from a slightly different position. So it's like heavy foot, light hand in a sense. Yeah, that's it. Nice, Chris. Good. Very good. Very nice. Okay, good. We'll go to number 2. So it's just really play with different hand positions. So same idea. Think about sending an impulse down to that back foot, and then now it's going to kind of free the hand this way. So it's going to kind of roll the hand up and then find the ski this way. So you're playing with just a little bit of a different hand position basically now. Same dynamic. And it's really reaching for the ground as you find the ski. It's just starting with an impulse in the feet. Try and send it to the whole body, rest of the body. That's it. Yeah, Sabrina. Okay, we'll go on to number 3 now. So again, playing with a different hand position. Now this time the thumb coming up, but again looking for that same idea now. The same impulse, but you do it now through a really flexible foot. So the foot mobilizes, and then think about sending the impulse there into the foot. Find the jaw here, and then find the back this way. But more complicated in terms of compression. But think about that same idea as this side of the body kind of becomes heavy in the anchor for the body, for the movement. Think about the upper part of the body, especially the arm, being free to mobilize. Seal it into the body, and then extension out. So generally just in 2 movements, because it really gives you the chance to then, you just check this position. You want to feel really comfortable. Find that impulse and just extend it out to the back. So working with your 𝘱𝘭𝘢𝘵. And you've also got this issue with peripheral vision that we were looking at yesterday. It kind of comes up in this movement. Yeah. The main reason why we do this in 2 movements is this: the tendency if I do it in 1 is that I pull the body, I reach out to do the movement, and then I'm basically stretched out, and then I've got a choice. I basically can only split as I go into it. So think about as you do this, it's this movement's like a kind of gathering of the jaw into the body. So rather than think about this hand pushing out, think about this hand rolling into the body. So it's like when you do a strike, this kind of movement back. So you're kind of gathering the jaw. And then the elbow's in a position where it can really extend the jaw out. So it's the feeling's like injecting the jaw from the elbow in this one. But in that same kind of movement that you would make a strike, but it's like a kind of gathering into the body in this one. So focus as much now on the hand that's holding the jaw first as the one that's reaching forward. But I want to feel that I'm gathering into the body, and then I'm able to extend out from a comfortable position. Exactly. Nice. And then just play with this in 1 motion. So choose either do it in the 2 steps, or do it in a slow motion 1 move. So still the basic form, you're still reaching for the forearm and extending out back, but you're just making that fluid now. The difference is in the pause in the feet now. So I'm either pausing and settling, or I'm just allowing that compression to travel back straight in. Okay. But you're keeping that full form. And just explore kind of coming into the real basic, or that kind of step-by-step form. And then exploring if you feel connected. Just a little bit more of a fluid motion, but still with the basic pattern. Nice, good. And just take a few moments, just run through those 3. So you've got the joke taking from below into the basic ski. You've got taking from above reverse. Yeah. And then you've got taking from above thumb up into 𝘱𝘭𝘢𝘪. Just kind of play with it. Just the main feeling is the whole body moving together. but the grasp is obviously important in terms of the detail in the form. But the real kind of training in this case is just the coordination of the whole body together into the movement. And just blow them. If you get kind of stuck on one, just explore it a little bit more. Okay, we'll keep that first movement. We'll do 𝗧𝗔𝗞𝗜𝗚𝗠, where we would start in this position and go into it. But in this case, start from here. So you're looking for that same coordination here, pulling up to the top of the head, finding the center, and then change and striking down on the right side. So just as that 𝗧𝗔𝗞𝗜𝗚𝗠, but starting from the position I would do for number 1, 𝘭𝘰𝘢𝘪𝘁, and then up, and then release, and then into the strike. Give it a try. So it's 𝘭𝘰𝘠𝘪𝘭𝘥, just working from 𝘭𝘰𝘠𝑪 rather than 𝘭𝘰𝘠𝑪. Great, thanks, Ben. Very good. Okay, so we'll look at one thing in this one. Again, it's the impulse from the feet. So in this one, you're showing a little bit of a different connection through the body. So from the ski in this position, you're pressing this foot. The pressure goes to the front foot to allow you to move back. And then as you do that, you're mobilizing the back hand. So this kind of movement. So think about now that the coordination from the body is this side to this side. So I want to feel in that this arm can release it. Yeah, so just explore as you go into this compression down into this foot, impulse here, and then into this position. Keep the impulse then in this foot, and then travel into it, and then shift into the strike in this position. So just think about shifting the impulse in the feet as you do the movement. But yeah, it's that same kind of feeling. You want heavy feet, heavy in the feet, and then light in the upper body, especially as you're kind of mobilizing the body into that second position. Very good, nice. Correct. Yeah, and we'll look at one more issue, which is the issue really of balance as you transfer the weight. So if you think about this movement, now you're practicing a different kind of compression again because you're going to a step. And that anytime I'm stepping, I'm basically requiring one foot to take all the weight. So just play this as a bit of exploration. Think about finding the center line of the journey and think about kind of balancing in that point. And if I'm balanced, I should be able to kind of draw a step forward and I should be able to kind of pull the body back. So if I am balanced, I should be able to go in and I should be able to come out of the movement. If I'm not balanced, if I'm to the front, that the only choice I've got is to go forward. So think about balance as a real balance, as the ability to kind of be able to move freely any direction. And so just play with it a little bit. Sometimes strike, sometimes pull back, sometimes just drop the weight. But just explore as you do that, the left leg really taking the weight of the body. And in a relaxed way as well. So I don't want to feel that I'm kind of tensing up and pulling the body off the ground. I want to feel really sinking into the ground with balance, which is very, very difficult to do well. So, very good. Okay. And then just really notice the difference between where I'm kind of placing the feet. So if I'm too narrow with the feet, let's say I go here and I go here into this position, and then I expect the body to kind of balance in that position. The foot's too far back and the body's traveling forward. So this is really out of balance. If I'm too far forward with this foot as I go in, I've got a long way to travel before I'm in that position. So just find the right distance for you in terms of the foot. So it's a really kind of considered distance in terms of the hip, being able to just travel into the foot in this position. So the knee is going to kind of release the movement, and the hip's going to find the foot basically from the back, I think. But just find the right distance. It's really different if I'm too narrow. Yeah, but I want to be really in a comfortable position in that second kamae. Good. Nice, good, good, very nice. Okay, and then we'll just focus on one point, which is the hand, which come up when we do this in a fluid way. So from this position, you've got the center line, you've got the hands close to the center line. Then think about this hand really taking it, so the right hand takes over and it turns the jab, and then the left hand really slides to the back end of the weapon. Okay, so just work this in two positions, which is like this, and then really find this position in that balance position. And then from here, let the right hand travel down the drum. So you've got like three hand, actually four hand, we've got 1, 2, well, actually three in total. 1 here, 1, change 2, and then as you go in, 3, shift back to a Ken-kamae kind of position. The ski, roll up to the center, shift, and then drop it. You finish with the right hand on top of this one. Nice. Okay, one to play with. I don't do this, and I wouldn't teach it this way, even though I am now. But play with this, like come in here, come into this position, and then just before the cut, reach the back, and then cut down with it. Okay. So this is again, it's just another kind of trick to center the cut in the body. I don't do this is because later I really want this movement to flow, and I want it to be a little bit more circular. But it's a nice kind of way to just check that the cut is actually coming into the center. Like find the back, and then cut. Okay. So you need to make a little bit of an extra transition, which really needs to disappear later. But find that, find the back, engage the hip. Just a kind of extra movement in it, but it's a nice one to, in terms of balance, bring into it. Yeah, here we go. Good, good. And then just take that reaching the back out of it, but still keep the sense that the cut's centered. So it's here, coming out, and then down. So the right hand's kind of in this area and not kind of coming out to the side. So this is really important later when we take this into a fluid motion. But think about the center line of the body and coming down into it. But just taking that movement out, finding the spine now. So that's that. Very good. Good. We're going to take this forward now. So we'll follow that same kind of progression, but go from this position. See the jaws down. You thrust in, and then from here, all you're going to do is travel the weight forward into that front leg, and just play with, in this case, the right hand taking the jaw, and just finding the top of the head. So the form's going to be something like this: 1, and then 2, coming in, and again, just look at the balance in the body. So again, really difficult movement in terms of balance of the body to really just find the ground. So just allow yourself to use the right hand only to take the jaw. Yeah, and then the left hand, just play with it so it will kind of adjust for the balance in the body. Just to kind of experiment a little bit with coordination here. And then up. And really try and feel that you're finding the ground. And again, I should have the ability to kind of come in and out of the movement in terms of a step in, step out. That's it. Okay. Now start to bring the other hand into it. So the form is going to be now like this, and then like this. So you're looking to basically bring the left hand in, find the back end of the jaw. The hands are still wide in that position. So you got 1, 2. Yeah, so really think about the left hand reaching for the jaw. The right hand's just kind of in the center line, a little bit of space above the head. But that's your kind of position as you come in. Yeah. 1. Really step to the top. Not in balance. Nice. So there's something you do in a way which is a little bit different than the basic movement in terms of the line of the jaw path of it. If I go to the basic, the jaw's basically just following this path and then changing and following this path. So it's quite linear in terms of movement. When you do this one, it's got a little bit more circularity, or a lot more circularity to it. The back end of the jaw is going to kind of kick out this way. So it's going to kind of kick out and go into this position. So this is really, if you think about following the jaw to where it wants to go, it wants to roll over and strike down this way. So just play with this, play with this same position. And sometimes just when you feel it kind of go, just let it go in, just let it go to the ground. Okay? So the key thing now is to let the jaw find that pattern this way. So it's a lot more circular now because the kind of movement demands it in a sense. You can make this very linear, but it ends up being quite stiff movement. The trick is not to lose control now, not to lose connection. It's very easy to lose the jaw in this movement. And let's just find the ground with it. Really good. So yeah, just a really simple exercise, just to make that really clear. So think about this position, and just think about if I just bring the hip back in the sense that I'm kind of sinking and going to this position, the 𝘗 just kind of travel naturally this way. So if I'm focusing on the back end of the 𝘗 just goes that way. When I want to kind of send the hip forward, the 𝘗 is going to kind of start to kick out in that movement. So just play with this. One is like withdrawing the hip up, and the other is actually letting the hip kick forward this way. Yeah, and I want the 𝘗 to basically connect that, especially this end. The 𝘗 is going to travel up, the 𝘗 is going to kick out. And that's the kind of difference between these two moves. But just playing with a little bit, you've got this, and you've got the hip wants to go forward. And I want to get to the same position at the top. Just play with it a little bit. And that's it. And that's completely, we'll just take that full form. So into the strike now, you've got the ski in, and then the 𝘭𝘬𝘢𝘵 coming into the strike. You thrust and give, find the ground, and then everything goes in together into the strike. Thrust in, strike out. And the last 30 seconds, just for fun, just play with the last movement, that strike. Play with mobilizing the body in different positions. So the ski's always going to be the same. I go forward with it, and then just play with mobilizing the body into a different position. So I can imagine I've got a moving target. I strike and then move, and I follow. So I ski, they move, and I follow with a strike. Or they could just go back, in which case I go with. So just play with a little bit the last few seconds. Yeah, very nice. Good. Good. Hey. And last 30 seconds, we'll just release the body. So just find a shoulder width. We just play with a different one. So think about kind of raising the 𝘗 up. Imagine it's kind of heavy. So what I want to do is let the limbs be loose as I go up, and just kind of roll the 𝘗 up, reach up, rotate the 𝘗 over, palm up, and then just pressing up. I'm just trying to get the vertical in the body back. Release the shoulders out as I go, and just give yourself a little bit of a wiggle with the shoulder at the top. Roll them out a little bit. And then just to release the spine, release down. Be careful, but keep the knees bent. Release. And just give yourself a bit of an impulse again through the shoulder. Just wiggle them out, roll them. Keep the knees relaxed and no pressure into the spine. Nice and easy, just rolling up. And just loosen out the hips and the shoulders. Just kind of rolling them out. One way and the other. And then just releasing down a little bit. Send an impulse down and up. Very good. We will start that. Very good. Great. どうもありがとうございました。
どうもありがとうございます。